Hello, One Piece enthusiast. I'm the One Piece nerd, and today let's talk about Blackbeard's move and the result on it on the entire world of One Piece. So, Blackbeard has been making moves for the past 5-6 chapters back to back, and every single one of them, nothing to not brag about. Every single one of them has to be something that's worth bragging about. Granted, he didn't completely achieve what he was aiming for in Amazon Lily, but he got something out of it. And other than that, more things are happening, from Pudding being captured to Kobe being captured to now Law in danger. There's a lot to talk about. Before you move on, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. Really appreciate it. Now that you have, let's begin. So when talking about the results of his moves and what could happen in the grander scheme of things, I'd like to address what's going to happen for the rest of the story. I feel like it felt to me at first that we're going for the title of the Pirate King a little bit too sooner than what we expected. But then again, when we got the affirmation or the confirmation that becoming Pirate King for Luffy is not the final goal, and it's just a stepping stone for his ultimate goal, it makes sense for Oda to basically start steamrolling things. Everything has been set up in the world. Every single event, every single character, every single plot point has been developed, fleshed out, and now everything is coming into play altogether. I guess it makes a lot of sense for one of the major goals to take place right now. With that being said, the goal of becoming Pirate King, the race has begun. With Kaido and Big Mom out of the picture, Shanks already stated that he's gonna make a move. Blackbeard is now looking for the Pornographs, and Luffy is also looking for the final Pornoglyph. Now, let's talk about what the aftermath could be. I always keep on saying aftermath because that's one of the best terms I've ever heard. Anyways, at first I wanted to address Kobe because capturing Kobe, from what I understand, gives him no real progression to Road to One Piece. That is something that I still cannot grasp my head over, and that is the one move I literally cannot predict and say where it could lead to, or any possibilities of that going anywhere. As for the other things, Pudding and Poneglyphs, everything sort of adds up. So if you guys remember, in Wano, in SBS's, Oda mentioned that Katakuri would be joining the Straw Hats very soon. They would be meeting Luffy and Katakuri will have another meeting very soon, sooner than we expect. Then that leads me to Pudding. You captured Pudding, yes, and you're basically staining the mark on Whole Cake Island, with Big Mom out of the picture, she's not gonna make a comeback out of this. The only ones to step up for Pudding is Katakuri. I don't see anyone else in the family stepping up for Pudding other than Katakuri. So what does that mean? We know who did it. Katakuri must know who did it. And in order to find Pudding, he's gonna do something. He's gonna do something to find some trails that would lead him to where Blackbeard is. What does it has to do anything with the story? And now it all goes back to Poneglyphs. If I know this is going to happen, I know that Law will be defeated, Blackbeard will get his hands on the 3 Poneglyphs, and Pudding is the one to decipher it, but that's just a completely different story, like in itself. But what I'm trying to say is, Luffy has 3 Poneglyphs. If Blackbeard gets the 3rd, Luffy and Blackbeard is bound to clash very soon. And I'm not saying Katakuri would go to the Straw Hats directly for help, but I know somehow the events are going to line up where it will be possible for Katakuri to make a contact with Luffy and go save Pudding with the help of the Straw Hats. Now then again, for Luffy and the gang to go to Blackbeard right now makes absolutely no sense, because they're after the Poneglyph, they're after the 4th Poneglyph. They don't care about what happens to the rest of the world. Because remember what happened with Vivi. We have no idea where she is, and the same could be said for Kobe and even Pudding. Because, okay, Both Pudding and Kobe are very good allies of the Straw Hats. They might be enemies, but they're very good friends of the Straw Hats in one way, shape, or form. But that doesn't automatically make Luffy want to go after them because of the same logic that Zoro provided for Vivi. Even though we might know where they're at, but we don't know where they're at. I expected Blackbeard to go back to Hachinosu, take back Kobe, take back Pudding, then go after Law. But everything's happening like one after another. So you see Pudding being held captive, and I would suspect that Kobe is on the same boat. Like, no puns intended. But if Law gets captured, or if Law is somehow defeated, the Poneglyphs will be there. Now, what is the one goal that both Luffy and Blackbeard are aiming for before the title of Pirate King? The 4th Poneglyph. Now, yes, I did say Straw Hats won't be going after Blackbeard just because of their friends, but an ulterior motive that will lead them into a path where they have to collide. And that, my friends, are the 4th Poneglyph. Is the 4th Poneglyph. We don't know where it is, we have no leads on it whatsoever, but things are about to happen in Naked Island. I'm not sure how much further away the whole Blackbeard and Law shenanigans is from the timeline of Egghead Island by the time the Straw Hats leaves Egghead Island. Not sure exactly when it's happening, but it has to line up in a way where the battle for the 4th Poneglyph has to happen before either of them reach Laugh Tale. Now, a lot of us want this to happen as a whole, and that is basically Blackbeard and Luffy colliding with each other in Laugh Tale. But in order for Luffy or Blackbeard to go to Laugh Tale, they need the 4th Poneglyph. We're not exactly sure of how much Blackbeard has an idea about the 4th. If let's say he does, Luffy has to basically jet rocket out of his way to find the 4th Poneglyph and reach Laugh Tale the same time Blackbeard does. And that to me seems almost impossible from what the story is right now, because Blackbeard is gonna have a progression. Very easy of a progression. You're basically attacking. Yeah, Lost Crew is strong, but not as strong as Blackbeard's. The matchup might be close, but there is no way that Blackbeard loses this fight. What I'm trying to say is, Blackbeard has to win. He gets his hand on maybe 2, maybe 3 Poneglyphs. If he has the 4th, he's going directly to Laugh Tale. Again, this could also happen. Shanks also said the same thing. He's going after the One Piece. So it's likely conclusion, this could also happen that Blackbeard steamrolls his way to the 3 Poneglyphs. Maybe he has the 4th, and now he's going to Laugh Tale to clash with Shanks. And by the time Luffy gets his hand on the 4th Poneglyph and reaches for Laugh Tale, the fight between Shanks and Blackbeard would have concluded, and Luffy now has to continue his search, and he has to defeat Blackbeard in order to avenge Shanks as well as become the king of the pirates. Everything goes hand in hand, but one thing's for certain, Luffy and Blackbeard has to collide, and Katakuri would be the 10th Straw Hat to fight against the Blackbeard pirates. That is basically what I'm trying to lead at. And now for Pudding, Robin, and the Poneglyphs. Again, Blackbeard needs to decipher the Poneglyphs in order to reach Laugh Tale. Pudding's ability to decipher Poneglyphs is still an uncertainty. Only person guaranteed to decipher the Poneglyph is Robin. Likely chance that everything, the collusion that is expected to happen in Laugh Tale, happens in Egghead Island or some island other than that. With CP0 coming their way to Egghead Island to assassinate Vegapunk, Straw Hats already being there and Vegapunk having an interest in them while having an alliance with the dragon, everything is coming together. Could lead to one of the 3 possibilities. 1. Blackbeard comes to Egghead Island to capture Robin, and that's where they collide. Luffy finds the road on his way to find the road Poneglyph, clashes with Blackbeard, and Katakuri joins him to save Pudding. Number 3. Blackbeard makes his way to Laugh Tale, fights with Shanks, still needs to save Pudding, So Katakuri joins on board, and the Straw Hats get to fight with Blackbeard in Laugh Tale to become the king of the pirates. Or the Pirate King's crew, whatever it is. In summary, that's all I've drawn to. Say what you guys want to say, but this is exactly where it's leading up to. It could go anywhere, but this is something that it's leading up to, and everything else is just coincides with everything else that's been going on. And if you guys enjoyed the ideas, make sure to argue in the comments below whether you agree, disagree, what possibility do you guys think is going to be the best, and what is likely going to happen in the story, or is there something that I missed? If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and peace.